skills for our kids, I think, would be getting back to the basic things like self-awareness. I think our kids need to learn about who they are, where they come from. While I agree with the schools, with the education system, that they're getting the academic side of it, I think they're really missing a huge point, and that's about the kids knowing who they are, where they come from, and maybe even where they want to be in 5 years' time.
It's important for me to get an education because it'll make a better future for me, and because I want to help like my people, communities, and make a better place for the people, just to help them in that, to give a good picture for Aboriginal people that they're heading into the future as better, well-educated people.
The Indigenous students that we work with are very much operating from that sense of self and that sense of emotional health. We find that their learning is much more effective and that they're much more engaged if they've got a relationship with people. Without that relationship, without a sense of being able to meet each other as equals, and without a sense of being cared for and respected, then there's a lot of barriers that just never get broken down towards students being successful. And we've found that once there is a relationship and once there is a real understanding from the Indigenous students that there's a commitment from the people that are working with them to that relationship, then it's very effective, the learning that takes place.
Woodville High School, I'd say about 5 years ago, decided that underpinning good learning was student wellbeing. And it was just very fortunate that Mind Matters came along at the right time. What it's become for us is like an umbrella under which sits drug strategies, attendance, retention.
One time I felt like I just wanted to go back, like doing something stupid so I can get sent home. But then Steve, he just talks to me, our teacher, and just talks to me about keep going and stuff. Just try your hardest and don't give up.
The Wiltja program was set up in response to requests from Aboriginal communities in the centre of Australia, and they were looking for a program that would give their children access to a mainstream secondary education. And we're still under the operational control of the Pindjari and Pundjari Education Committee, and we have very close links with all the home communities that the kids come from. The Wiltja program is a school in its own right. It's based on the grounds of Woodville High, and we see ourselves as part of the Woodville High family, and our job is to introduce kids to mainstream secondary education and then involve them as much as we can with the rest of the school. Parent support, community support, local school support are all essential elements of kids being successful at Wiltja.
It's important for me to have my education because I see like family out in the community struggling with no education, and like I hear maybe talking about like these white people coming out there trying to run our community, and like they're having big like fights over it and trying to put a stop to it. Sometimes I think, oh, if I get a good education I could like stop these people from doing that stuff, because like the communities, they want like Aboriginal people running it because they'll feel better. Not just because of that, and for like other reasons for myself as well, for like the future and stuff like that, so I can pass what I know on to, I have children one day.
The students come to us from huge distances, and in order to survive in a metropolitan area they need good support, particularly at the residential level. And we have a residence at Northfield which provides 24-hour a day, 7 days a week care during term time, and the quality of the support there, the resident staff, is absolutely critical to the survival of the kids in the city.
The Wiltja program supports students in many ways. Obviously, one-on-one counselling because of the shift from the communities themselves to a larger city and a different sort of environment. we have to have an understanding of their needs, obviously, and take into account that they do come from isolated areas. And with that, just be there for them. When the students are having problems at school, at times they bring that back to Wiltja with them. We, as house parents, have to give them that support and just encouragement. At times they just want to leave school and go home, but it's in most cases it's something that's minor and we can deal with it here. And again, with the support of staff and parents and the community, you know, it's important to encourage them to stay at school. We also encourage the families to contact the children while they're down here. There's been times where we've had sad times and happy times, and at Wiltja we try and just be positive and happy and have fun, and that rubs off on the kids themselves. It's home away from home.
Just come up with a list, just brainstorm a heap of ideas.
I might be a forensic scientist.
Okay.
I want to be that.
Why do you want to do forensic science?
Homework used to be a real problem. Nobody wanted to do homework, but the way we've got it now, the kids almost don't even notice it's homework.
It was an identified need that a number of the Aboriginal parents through the ASPA, the Aboriginal Parents Committee, had identified, and that was that not always did the students have access to homework facilities, computers and specific tutors. And so it's a lovely community atmosphere. They get on with their homework and they have developed very good relationships, both with their tutors, many of whom are teachers, but also with Mark Mueller, who's our outstanding Aboriginal education worker.
We run the homework centre 2 nights a week on Mondays and Thursdays, and the kids come up after school and they have a bite to eat and socialise just for a bit, and then once the tutors are here, we the kids, if they need to catch up on some work that they're a bit behind, say in English or maths.
20, like, you just put that 24 over 32 and you times that over 100 by 1.
So what are you going to write about the old man?
He died.
He died? How did he die?
Heart attack.
All right.
I think it's very important to keep on side with the parents. It's important to have a good relationship with families and the community. Like sometimes, parents won't be happy with the way things are being run at school, and you have to go out and explain things to them, or just see the bigger picture.
These kids are often the first in their community, or the first in their family to have actually finished Year 12 successfully, and it's a great thing to see them stand up with all the other Woodville High kids and accept their certificates just like any other student in Australia. They're just as smart, just as capable, but it's nice to see them achieve it.